We'll press on then.
I just want to feel I'm just a woman. I want to feel your pain of a woman in that one line. Okay. Come on, David.
All right. Okay. Let me. I'm only a woman. Why should you pay attention to what I say? Women are only fit to do as they're told and follow orders. How's that?
I'm verklempt. Jamie grabs hold of Claire, his hands digging into her arms as his anger takes over.
And if you'd done that, we wouldn't be on the run with 100 redcoats on our tail.
Claire tries to wrench her arms free. Failing at that, she makes a determined effort to kick him in the balls. Jamie dodges, but lets go of her arms in the process.
Try that again and I'll slap you till your ears ring.
Wow. Wow. As the actor and the woman here, Kat, I'm feeling something from that line.
Are you getting turned on?
Actually not. But I feel like I should be.
Some other emotion.
I feel like I should be. or should I don't I'm very confused right now.
David, just allow it. Just allow it, David.
What the threat of physical violence isn't a turn on, no?
So old fashioned.
I'm trying to step into the shoes of a woman here and understand if it could be. And I'm running up against no, but I'll see where this goes.
She's not. Here's the thing for you. She's not turned on at this point.
Okay.
There you
go. Thank you. I needed to get that.
Just in case.
It's important because I'm acting as a woman here. It's the first time for me. You're a brute and a fool. Do you think I went out and got captured by the English on purpose?
Aye. I do think you did it on purpose. To get back at me for what happened in the glade.
Claire's mouth falls open, incredulous.
In the glade, with the British deserters?
Jamie nods, sullen. Claire covers, lying about the fact she was actually running towards Craignadoon.
I see. So you thought to punish you. I took a walk in the woods on the chance there might be some British soldiers wandering about. Jamie, all I did was go for a walk.
I ordered you to stay put.
I don't have to do what you say.
Aye, you do. You are my wife.
Maybe some chest beating there, Tim, just to get the real caveman.
That's definitely not a turn on. Am I right here? I don't know.
I think you're right, yes.
You haven't seen me do it yet. I'm not saying it's going to change matters, but just wait.
I might change my mind if I saw you do that chest beating. You're right.
All right, I'll take the note, take it on board, and add a little something. Aye, you do very William Wallace that. Aye, you do. You are my wife.
Your wife. I'm just your property, aren't I? You think I belong to you, and you can't stand to have someone else taking something that belongs to you.
You do belong to me, and you're my wife, whether you like it or not.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But that doesn't matter either, does it? As long as I'm there to swarm your bed, you don't care. You can care what I think or how I feel. That's all a wife is to you. Something you stick your cock into when you feel the urge.
Jamie loses all colour in his face, and he begins to shake Claire in earnest. Her head jerks violently, and her teeth clack together.
Let go of me! Let go of me, you fucking bastard!
The insult causes Jamie to fall backwards a step, eyes blazing.
Foul-mouthed bitch. You'll no speak to me that way.
Claire instantly regrets it. But it comes from a place of truth, and they both know it. Jamie takes a long beat to gather himself.
I went here for William armed with nothing but an empty gun in my bare hands.
Claire's own anger is beginning to fade, her affection for Jamie blooming again as she watches the young man before her bare his soul. Can we see your soul?
And when you were screaming, I'm going full Daniel Day-Lewis on this.
Yeah.
Tears well up in her eyes. All the rage has completely left Jamie at this point. He takes a long beat, turns away from her, then sits down, propping himself against a fallen timber and lowers his head.
Tim, just give me a minute. I'm going to try and squeeze out a tear here. No, it's not coming. Go.
Okay. You're tearing my guts out, Claire.
Claire, her own guts being torn out as well, front of him. We missed an in there.
Yeah.
Taking his hands in hers.
Tears coming now, Tim.
Good.
I'm
the
sorry,
right time.
Jamie. Forgive me.
He looks at her now. A beat, then...
Forgiven, lass. I'm sorry too. I'll ask your pardon for what I said. I was sore and I said more than I meant. Will you forgive me too?
With a bit of shame, Claire responds softly.
Okay, I'm kind of turned on now, maybe? Don't know. What are we supposed to feel here?
Well, I would say probably, I don't know that she feels shame. I probably would have argued against feeling shame at that point. But, you know, these kids.
These kids together, messing around in a war. What are you going to do? Well, thank you.
I mean, guys, if chills all over.
Hopefully we've given you, I know it's a bit after the horse has bolted and all that, but hopefully it's given you an insight, maybe, that maybe you wouldn't have got before.
It certainly gave me an insight that I wouldn't have got before. I've played a woman and,
do you feel changed on a cellular level?
Cellular, no. I still have all my bits, I think. And they're still there.
Although you have taken your jacket off. I don't know if the two things are related.
Getting a bit flushed here for the audience at home. I did take my jacket off. I did feel something. It could just be the frisson. And that's what happens in these scenes, frisson. But that's something a little bit problematic about this scene too. That threat of if you're asking me as a woman, that threat of violence, just I don't know if I can get past it. I don't. How did you get
from a
past
different time, David?
Okay.
And she taught him that it's not okay ever, but he had to learn. And Jamie does learn, and that's what makes him different from all men of his time. Is because he has the emotional intelligence to be able to learn.
That's
and
true.
Be a better human for it.
Well, Kat, I was going to start off by asking, Outlander, as it stands at the moment, is an end point. That's where we are at this precise moment in time. But where I like the journey. The journey is the thing that interests me. So at the moment, you have a book club. So obviously you have a great love of art, of books, of reading. And was that where you grew up? Were your parents readers? Were they into the arts? Was that sort of where you grew up? Was that your background?
Yes, we are all a family of big readers. But my parents, I grew up very much in the country. There wasn't a huge amount of culture where I grew up. My dad was a police sergeant or a Garda sergeant, and my mom, for most of our lives, was a stay-at-home mom. But my dad was very involved in a comedy troupe where there should be something made about them. It was basically 2 school teachers, a farmer, a shop owner, and a police sergeant, and they would write their own skits and perform them, and would also be in these competitions, and they won all Ireland championships a couple of years in a row and stuff. So I think the whole acting thing probably came somewhere from him or that. But I also didn't have TV for many years growing up, so the library was featured heavily in my childhood, and we would go every week and get a stack of books. Yeah, my little brother broke it, and
Still not gonna let him forget that.
No, so I was watching it. Francis wanted to play and I didn't, and he unplugged it and walked with the plug. He was like 3, and it fell down and smashed, and my dad was like, right, that's it, no more TV for a few years. Yes.
That sounds really that's a harsh punishment for a seemingly small infraction there. Was he already against the TV? Was that something he wasn't keen on, or?
I don't know. I think probably we were encouraged not to watch it that often. I think, I